Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. Full Celtic Cross love spread. What's going on in your love life? Let's find out. Now, as usual, it's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it, it's good. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each of them has got a deeper dive. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments, and that's where you'll also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? This crystal ball, rose quartz, which is out with the 2 of swords. A decision to make, huh? Perhaps 2 people that you got your eye on and you're not sure which one to choose. The 2 of swords. Or would you like the flower? And the flower is out this time with the muse of emotions, which is the king of cups. Someone very specific, someone that loves you, a lot of feeling going on here. You've got a king of cups character in your life. Or would you like the shell? Keep on wanting to call this a crystal, but a shell, which is out with the 8 of swords, feeling kind of trapped, as if you have a soul contract with someone that you can't get out of. Is that you, shells? So take your pick now, which one you are most drawn to. Don't forget to click like before you click off this video down there as well. Leave me a comment while you're watching and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do a daily energy update for the collective every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads for donations. Would love to see you in there. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel. And I also make 3 love pick a card reads like this each week as well. And so click on that subscribe button for all of that. Enjoy your reading. I'll see you guys in there. If you chose the crystal, then this one's for you. Crystals, let's give you a full Celtic cross spread with the Lightseers Tarot deck. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get your cards out and find out what this reading is all about. Full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for crystals, love life. At the moment, what do they need to know about crystals for the love life? 2 of swords, indecision, don't know what to do. Are you making a decision at the moment? Perhaps to put yourself out there if you're single, or perhaps about a specific person. You're not sure, you're not clear on them. Should I be with this person or not? Should I be choosing this person or not? What should I do? I'm not sure, says the 2 of swords. So if you find yourself in that place of indecision, that could be what this reading is about. What's crossing you at the moment? Page of Pentacles. You're wanting a new start. Something that can actually grow to something. Wanting something to start off, or you're right at the start of a relationship, just met someone, that kind of thing. 8 of Swords. There's this feeling of being trapped in repeating patterns. You're wondering if this is more of the same, if this person is more of the same as you've had before, if you're still in that repeating pattern or not. You want things to start off and grow to be something good, but in those initial stages, it's like we want some guarantees, don't we? That's why we look to readings. We meet someone, and instead of like letting it play out or finding out, you know, the organic way of what someone's like or not, we want to know beforehand so we can protect ourselves, so that we don't have to invest in that person, invest our hearts, and then get hurt when we realize they're not the right person, you know. So you're feeling kind of trapped in repeating cycles, keep on meeting the same kind of people, or it keeps on going wrong in the same kind of a way, and you're hoping like that at the start of something, start of a relationship, that it's going to be better than that, but you're not sure. You're undecided of whether to get into something because you're not sure of the outcome of it. Like we never are, really. There's no guarantees in love. It's always a risk. And while we're getting to know someone, it's safest to not invest too much while we're getting to know, not speed that process along. You know, it's a red flag. Love bombing is a red flag, and we can do that ourselves as well. Love bombing, getting into something, investing in it too fast. If you can hold yourself back from investing your heart and falling in love, sure, it might not be as exciting an experience at the start, but it's better to get to know someone and kind of then decide yourself if you're going to invest your heart into that. How do things look on the surface of it? So how's this new person that you've got your eye on, or that you're undecided about? How's it looking on the surface of it? Now, I've got two piles that have come out here. And so you might be undecided about two people. So let's do this reading like this. How are things looking on the surface of it? 10 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. You're disappointed because of painful endings in the past, right? Or you're disappointed that something has ended. Perhaps you're waiting for this person to come back. One person there. On the other option, Page of Cups. You've got lots of wishful thinking about fantasy about this tower, but there needs to be a disruption for it to come in. Or it'd be a surprise that it came in. So you might have your eye on two people here and be undecided about them. One who's been in your life and who there's a painful ending with them, and you were disappointed by that, and you're thinking maybe that it'll come back and it'll come good. The other one, you could be with them, you've got lots of fantasies about them, but there's something standing in your way at the moment, something that would need to break down. So neither of these are available. Neither of these people are available at the moment, and you're considering them. What's really behind that? So focusing more on your energy now, what's really behind that? Why are you being presented with someone that's not available and someone that was available but they pulled away from you and stopped investing? What's really behind that is the King of Swords, clarity. Clarity on what? Devil energy, right? Yeah, the devil energy. Okay, this reading, it's all about you learning to decipher yourself and get clear on who has these negative energies that you don't want. We start off naive, right? Just thinking that everyone's going to be just like us in relationships. And then we find out that they're not. Like, very few people are just like us. They all have their own stuff going on, their own values and their own what they want in a relationship, what they don't want, and all of that, their own behaviors, stuff that they haven't healed, and things like that. And we've got stuff we haven't healed as well. But we're going pretty naively at first when we're youngsters, you know. And then we go through all of the experiences of relationships with different people, finding out, no, not everyone's like us, not everyone wants the same thing, not everyone thinks the same way as me, not everyone has got the same like spiritual values or morals as me, and we find out that there's all these differences. And the more relationships we have, the more quirks that we find in people, you know. It's like, oh wow, that was a narcissist, so you know that experience with a narcissist, now I know that exists, and that, wow, that person was abusive, now I know that abusive people exist. And we have all these experiences, and we're like collecting all of this clarity about negative energies that people have got, and that can be really hard to people like you and me, empaths, healers, lovers, you know. We don't want to see that. We want to be in the positive, right? And we want to help people, but we've got to start getting clear on noticing red flags. Noticing, and it's not just noticing red flags and the negative traits and the devil energy and all of that kind of thing. Like noticing who hasn't worked on themselves, noticing who hasn't got emotional intelligence, noticing who just hasn't done that work on themselves, so they're not going to be healthy in a relationship. It's not just about that. It's about having clarity on, so what is the opposite to that? What are the signs that someone's worked on themselves? What are the signs that someone's got emotional intelligence? What are the signs that someone is healthy for a relationship? What's really behind this and your choice with these two people, neither of which are available to you? It's not really about your choice about these people. It's about you learning to notice when there's this devil energy. I'm not talking about evil people. I'm talking about the stuff that doesn't make for a good relationship, the stuff that's going to stress you out, the stuff that is going to harm you. You know, get into relationships with abusers, or even if it's not abusers, even if it's just like someone that's got like poor emotional intelligence, this is going to hurt you. They're going to hurt you, someone that can't let things go, someone that's going to, blow up at you and things like that. It's going to hurt you, that kind of stuff. So it's about getting clarity on all of that. So at the moment, the experiences that you're having and the confusion that you're having, you're like, well, which one's for me? It's like, well, neither of them are available, but it's right that you're focused on it at the moment, because what you're learning is how to decipher who's got good energy that you want to have a relationship with and who hasn't. In other words, neither of these have got the energy that you want to have a relationship with, but you are focused on them in order to get clear on why they're not right for you. Why they're not right for you. And it's enough that they're not available, by the way. It's enough that they're not available. Something to think about. Recent past energy, High Priestess. So you've been there doing your spiritual work, very much in your intuition. You've been healing yourself, and you've been kind of opening your eyes to who you are, what it is that you want. Very much doing that internal work like the High Priestess does. So good for you for doing that. And what's coming in the near future energy? Near future energy. What's coming in for crystals? Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the card of marriage, yes, but that's not what we're talking here. You're not going to go from this energy to suddenly, ta-da, married. Four of Wands energy is, think of it like four legs of a table. Leads to a very stable structure, right? If you ever had a three-legged stool or three-legged table, you'll know you hit it on the right spot, put your weight on the wrong spot, and it will tip over, right? This, and that's what we're talking here. Three-legged people here, not solid foundations. You need all four legs to be there for a solid foundation. So this could be about you getting the clarity of what you need to see in somebody to be able to have like a solid start with them, the ingredients that someone needs to have within them to have a solid, healthy relationship that can grow from there. Yeah. What else is this reading about? It's about your indecision over the two people there. This is about your strength and courage. Putting yourself out there in the world. There's something about you feeling, because of this, the Eight of Swords energy, they're like repeating patterns. I keep on meeting the wrong kind of people. That kind of an energy. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there to meet even another one of them, kind of thing. If you've had so many negative experiences, it's hard to put yourself out there again for more. This is about you having strength and courage, and that's going to come from clarity. It's like, oh, now I know how I was choosing those ones that aren't available. So I won't do that anymore. Now I know what to do instead. That's going to give you the strength and the courage to put yourself out there again. So this reading is all about that. And we'll get more into that in the deeper dive as well, of how you can do that, how you can get this clarity and how you can do that. To feel comfortable to put yourself out there and be able to choose right for yourself this time. What are your fears? Fears. Nine of Wands. Wounded warrior. Wounded people. Hurt people, right? And so you're meeting High Priestess energy. You're meeting the ones that are wounded, the ones that can't love you right. Some of you're still susceptible to the underdog, the wounded person. Your heart goes out to them and you want to love them. You need to realize that you're the wounded person. You're the one that needs loving right. Stop trying to love those people that are damaged, that are just going to hurt you, and start choosing people to love in relationships that aren't going to hurt you, that aren't the wounded ones, the ones that have healed themselves. So you're healing yourself, right? And then you need to choose other people that have healed themselves too, not the ones that are in need of healing. That's when you're a healer, and you should be doing that in your work, right? And having those people as customers rather than trying to get into romantic relationships or friendships with those damaged people and do it within those kind of relationships, which makes it messy. It makes it messy. It messes up the energy. Can't be a friend and helping someone in that way. You can't be a lover and helping someone that in that way. And it's when you have that aha of like, oh, it's me that's the wounded one. It's me that needs to heal. It's that the love that I'm trying to give to other people is the love that I should be giving myself. I'm the one that's got that wounding that needs healing. It's me that hasn't had that love, not them. Yeah, they haven't too, but it's me that hasn't had that love. I need to give myself that love and then choose someone that can love me properly. Six of Swords is another fear of yours as well. It's like, well, what is it like then out there if you don't have this choppy water around you? You're kind of used to that drama, so you're actually attracted more to the drama, to the wounded ones and all of that. They feel more normal to you, that kind of a person. So you're fearing like, what's on the other side of that? Is it going to be boring? Is it going to be boring, someone like that? Am I going to feel like they're shallow and they've got no depth to them? That's another thing too. You might actually be intrigued by damaged people because they seem deeper, especially the damaged people who are seeking, right? That are seeking those answers. Those feel very deep when you're in a wounded place. Okay, so a lot of wounding going on here. Hopes. You're hoping to change your mind. You're hoping to see things from a different perspective. Feels like these people, it feels like you're hoping to see like these two options, these two people that you've got your focus on. Someone from the past and someone from kind of that is a non-starter because they're not available. You're hoping that you'll see them from a new perspective. Or see things from a different perspective. You're hoping for a new perspective. What else are you hoping for? Victory. Six of Wands. To be victorious. So yeah, you could feel like you've been left out of things, you know, like you managed to get victory in other parts of your life. You can manifest things, but this love thing seems to be elusive, and you want to be seen. Six of Wands is about being seen to be loved, being seen to be in relationship. So other people going, she's done it. She's got someone. Let's get your outcome cards out. So I'll be revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive read. I'm getting a progression of them out. So about six cards. See what wants to come out. So that we've got the full story in your outcome. Oh, nice. I will also, so revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive, I'll also be getting timing cards out for anyone that's coming in the future here, or this stuff that's coming in this outcome. I will be getting message cards out from both of these people to find out where they're at and what they want to say and the truth behind all of those. I'll be getting cards out from these decks back here as well to give you further clarity, as I said, about you gaining this strength and this courage to put yourself out there and getting that clarity that you need in order to feel strong enough to put yourself out there again and open yourself up to new energies. 5 cards? What's that? Ooh. Okay. Oh, you've seen one of the cards there. You've got, oh wow, 7 cards as your outcome there. Okay, so if you want to know what this progression is in your outcome and all the guidance that goes along with it, then you might want to get that deeper dive. So if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now that email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. When you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like down there before you click off. Click on the subscribe button with that notification bell, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more on this, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out about your love life with a Celtic Cross love spread, full tarot spread for you with the Muse Tarot here. So as usual, flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's see what your reading is all about. What is this all about? Oh, for flowers, this is about the muse of emotions. This could be a water sign energy, could be it's someone that has feelings for you. It's quite an emotional person, especially around you. It's someone that loves you. Muse of emotions. This reading is about the King of Cups, the one that loves you. A lot of feeling there, a lot of emotions between you both. Okay, what's crossing you? What's hindering you in this connection then? Flowers, what's holding things back? What's going on here? Eight of Materials. Could be work. It could be a work connection. It could be that someone is focused on their work at the moment. The King of Cups could be focused on their work at the moment, building something up, not very focused on relationship, not wanting to move that forward, not having the time to invest in that because they're more focused on their work right now. Got different priorities kind of thing. Okay. The kind of an energy where, yes, they love you, but they're not feeling that this is the right time. They've got a mission at the moment. Eight of Materials. And it's the work or soul purpose or things like that. And so that's where they're investing their time and their efforts at the moment rather than in relationship. On the face of it, how's this connection looking on the face of it? Four of Materials, like they're holding their energy back. The Sun, but you could be really happy together. There's a little bit of competition between you both as well. A little bit of competitivity. So you might both be holding yourselves back from each other at the moment. But you would make each other happy, and you know that. Five of Inspiration. Bit of competition between you there. Now, you both could be very driven, work-driven, that kind of thing. That could be why there's competition between you. It could be a workplace romance, this. Very well could be. Let me know in the comments below if it is. Or there could be a rival as well. You both work in similar areas and there's a bit of element of competition between you too. Anyway, you're kind of holding each other away at the moment with that Four of Materials card, but kind of holding on to each other at the same time too. Can't really let each other go. There's definitely a feeling that you could be really happy together. What's really behind that? What's really behind all of this stuff? Ace of Materials. Yeah, this is something that could be really big, this relationship. And I think both of you know that. And they could be holding their energy back from this because they don't have the time to invest in this. They know that if they go into this relationship with you, Flowers, that this is going to be really big. It's going to grow to be a long-term thing. And they need to have the time and the energy to invest in that. Which they don't have at the moment because they're focused on work. So that's what's holding them back. So you're both kind of sitting on this relationship and it not really coming about, even though you could be really happy together because Ace of Materials, because it's going to be really big and both of you know that. Now this could be someone that thinks that they need to work, build something up, build a business up or build a career up first to be able to offer you something big. And so they're holding their energy back even though that they know you'd be really happy with you, but they need to do this other thing first, right? That's kind of competing for their attention. They've got to do this other thing first. Okay, so what's the past energies in this connection? Past energies in this connection, recent past energies in this connection. It doesn't have to be recent, like the last few days or even the last few weeks. It could just be recent in this connection. So this could be someone that's been on and off, in and out of your experience for years, perhaps. The last interaction that you've had. Recent past, that's what it could mean. Recent past energies between you guys, Muse of Materials. Them being very kind of stable, fixed, focused on their material stuff. So you might have had a conversation with them about their work, their stuff, that what they're building, that kind of thing. Could have been very much on the non-emotional level. The conversations that you've had with them could have left you feeling a little bit flat, really, as well. No passion talk or emotional stuff like that. Very just straightforward, logical about material stuff. Okay, but stable energy. What's coming in the near future? Your next interaction with this person, Empress energy. The Empress energy is the divine feminine. So it's your energy. It's the divine feminine. She knows what she's worth. She waits for it to come to her. She waits for someone like this person to come in, to take the lead, to chase her in a way, to invest, to come and claim her. She knows what she deserves, right? And so she is the Empress energy, building her empire and just kind of waiting for that Emperor to come in. Knight of Emotions, here he comes. With his romance, the Knight of Emotions and the Queen of Materials, because you're the stable one. Got a couple on the table now, the King and Queen of Pentacles. You're the stable one. You're the one that's got plenty to offer here. You can have a lot of success together. So they're coming in, realizing your worth, and you've been waiting for them. They're coming in with this romance. Very nice. We'll find out in the deeper dive when that might be as well. We'll get timing card out. Music Emotions, this is what it's about. It's about this one particular character. There is love there. This person has got a lot of feelings for you, this King of Cups. But what else is this reading about? It's about the world, and it's about the Six of Inspiration. Wow. It's about so much more than that. It's about a completion of a cycle in your life, in their lives, and about coming together and having a success together. Power couple kind of an energy, this. Success together. And being seen together, perhaps in a really big way, like a power couple that come together. They've got a lot to offer each other. Feels like you're both pretty successful here. But the World card says the world is about ending of a chapter and the start of a new chapter. It's like a phase of your life needs to fully complete first, which could be about building a business. It could be about getting stability in your finances, but it could also be about finishing learning what you're learning about at the moment. And that could be an emotional thing, or it could be a healing thing. It could be a self-love thing and getting stability within yourself. It could be, it could be a self-love thing, like mastering that self-love and that stability within yourself. It feels like it's going to come in when you've got that stability. But right now, you're both completing a cycle in your lives before you can come together and have that power couple kind of thing. It's like the universe is stalling you both until you've completed those chapters that you've been in first. What are your fears? Fears. What are Flower's fears in this situation? Seven of Voices, that they're lying to you, that they're just a liar, that they're not straight up, that they're catfishing you, that they're not telling you the truth, that something else is going on, that... So that's insecurity, right? When our head starts telling us, deceiving us, our insecurity tells us there's something else going on. They're not being straightforward. They're not telling the truth. Fears? Page of Inspiration. It's a fantasy that this is, a fantasy. It's not going to come about. And the Chariot being pulled in two directions. So the Chariot is pulled by white horses and black horses. There's always that pull in two directions. Is this truly what I want? Or should I be going for something else here? It just feels to me like it's mostly insecurity is coming about through having to wait for this. Whenever we have to wait for something, our insecurities start, and it starts telling us stories. Like, instead of us thinking like, oh, well, I'm waiting for them and they're waiting for me, or like, well, I'm waiting for them but they're off doing this and that person and all of this, and they're not telling me the truth. That's our insecurities that kick in, right? What are your hopes? Hopes. Hierophant. Loyalty, security, long-term commitment. You're hoping for that as a marriage card, a Hierophant. Very strong spiritual connection as well. What else? So you're hoping for commitment from this person. Five of Voices. It's like an end of the conflict. But there's something here. It's like you're hoping for conflict. It's like you want something to come about to face this kind of thing. You almost want to fight so that you can get together with this person. You're wanting that conflict to bring change about, is what it feels like to me. So there's an element of you wanting to kind of confront this person, or them to confront you, or just for something to happen so that you can move this out of a stagnancy, or get their focus back on you. It feels like you want to get their focus back. Yeah. So you might want to cause a little bit of trouble in their life to get them to pay attention. Let's get your outcome cards out. Now, I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards here. Around six cards. Find out what your outcome is going to be, but I'm going to reveal them in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. So if this has sounded like it is your story, it could be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more, where I'll be revealing these outcome cards. Any progression that comes out in these cards, like if someone's coming in or whatever, I'll find out when that's going to be as well. I mean, they are coming in with the Knight of Emotions, with some romance here, so we'll find out when that's going to be. I'll be getting cards out from these cards back here as well for further clarity for you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. And then two more. I will also be getting message cards out from your person as well. Let's see what they've got to say for themselves too, what they want to say to you, perhaps that they're not saying already to your face, or in the messages that they send you. Nice. One more, please. And then what? It might actually stop with that, because that is, yeah, I think that's, you've got 5 this time, because that final card is just brilliant. So if you want to find out what this progression is, and a lot more besides, you might want to get that deeper dive for the outcome there and all the rest of it, if you do want that. If you want even more of this reading, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on the flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go, that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out what's going on in your love life with a full Celtic Cross tarot spread with the Tarot of Mystical Moments here. So if this is your story, you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get the deeper dive. There's going to be an extended reading to this for even more. And so if you want that, toward the end of the reading, be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out what this reading is all about for you guys. What's going on in Charles' love life? 8 of Swords. Bound to repeating patterns, like you feel trapped, like there's nowhere you can go, you can't get out of this. Perhaps you're stuck on someone and you just can't let them go. Or the 8 of Swords is an energy that's in your mind. It's not a true, see the cage is open there, you can get out, but heads down, thinking kind of thing. You're kind of trapped in your own mind here in a situation. You're not seeing the way out, setting yourself free from something. So that's what your reading is all about. It's about a full process that you've got, or beliefs that you've got that have you constricted in relationship for some reason. Okay, so what is hindering you? Well, I guess that's hindering you, but what is hindering you in this situation? Shells, what's hindering you in this situation? 6 of Cups, past, looking back at the past. So you've got like injustice. Okay. You've got a past connection with somebody here, someone from the past, or the person that you're with, that you feel like trapped in this connection, or like you've got some kind of contract to play out with them. Perhaps it's because you've been together a long time, or you've known them a long time. In the past, when they first came about, there could be this element of synchronicity about it, like divine counterpart kind of an energy, like they seemed right for me because of all of this stuff that went on, all these synchronicities. So we're talking about someone that you've known for quite a while, I think, here, that you're kind of tied to because of past stuff together. There's a feeling like they're your intended kind of a person, but there's also this feeling they're not quite right for you as well. But I keep on getting that. But I feel like I've got some kind of a spiritual contract with this person, that I've got to fulfill this, that I'm tied to this person in some kind of a way and I can't get out of it. So if you find that you're in a situation like that with someone and you feel like you've got some kind of a spiritual contract with them, even though it's not on the surface of it fulfilling your relationship needs and all of that, that's what this reading is all about. Let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. Because what I've found is, I've had customers that have said things like this, and those relationships eventually do break down, but eventually they do break down, these relationships, but perhaps not until you've both got the very important lessons from it. So let's see if we can move you forward on all of this. How do things appear on the surface of it? Ace of Swords, aha, and the Eight of Pentacles. So by you putting work into this relationship, persisting with it and investing into it and all of that, you do reap some kind of rewards from it. But the rewards that you reap from it are more the ahas, it's the mental stuff. It's like you get clarity about yourself and about something. So you learn something from it. The rewards that you get isn't the long-standing things. It's not someone that you're going to like build something with or have children with and stuff like that. You might want that. This is kind of a relationship where you would kind of hope for stuff like that, but it never happens and you wonder why, you know? I think we've all seen people in relationships like this. We've had friends that have been like that, right? Think of that friend who was in a long-term relationship kind of thing. You can tell that they weren't like made for each other. They weren't great, but there was something there between them. And they were always like trying to have children, couldn't have children, and they end up breaking up in the end. And she moves on to someone else and who she's truly happy with, and then she can get pregnant really easily. It's those kind of relationships where it doesn't quite function. You can't manifest what you want with each other, but there's this compulsion to be together even though there's adversity in it. It's not great, but there's a reason for you to be together for sure. There's a lesson that you get from it. So it's like your hard work isn't going to pay off in the material ways in this relationship, but it's still worth putting hard work into this relationship because it's going to come through. The payoff is going to come through it in ahas, in personal clarity. This person's got the clues for you, is what this is saying. And what's really behind this? So that's how it looks on the surface of it. What's really behind that is a Hierophant and the Emperor. Wow. The Emperor energy. This is the female version of the Emperor energy. So this is your energy rather than Divine Masculine. If this was the masculine Emperor along with Hierophant, this would mean this is your person kind of thing. They're going to take the lead, they're going to boss up and commit. But that's not what we've got here. What we've got here is the commitment is to you, yourself, taking control of your own life. There's some energy here about you abdicating to this other person. You're giving them too much sway in your life, too much responsibility over it, too much power in your life, and you don't need to do that. When you take your power and become like the power in your life and commit to yourself, I feel is when you're going to break free. You're going to get those ahas and break free, and then with that new energy you'll manifest someone that is truly right for you. This isn't a bad relationship, but it's not the best either. This is someone that you could stay with for a long time, and you might have stayed with them for a long time. But you might feel like things aren't flowing like they should do, right? It's like the universe is holding things back from you. It's like the universe saying, yeah, but you guys, you're not really meant to be together. but there is a reason for you to be together. These are confusing relationships because you get the confirmation, which you will get. When you're asking for confirmation about a relationship, you get that confirmation if that relationship is one that you need to be in, because they've got the clues for you, they've got the lessons for you. The universe doesn't give you the confirmation saying, oh yeah, this one will allow you to avoid your lessons and this is your happily ever after kind of thing. You don't get confirmation from the universe for that, because the universe wants you to grow. Okay, recent past energies for you guys. What's the recent past energies? This is someone that you'll have like arguments with, because things won't be flowing properly. So it'll be like arguments again, but you feel compelled to be with them. You have built something together. Ten of Pentacles. So you could have like be living together and be stable in your money together and all of that kind of thing. It's not the delightful, heart, joyful thing though. It's not that. You'll be happy enough, but it won't be outright joy. There's just something missing in this relationship. And I think the longer that you're in it, you'll realize that. It kind of feels like a bit of a trap. Life should be better than this. Relationships should be better than this, you know. And near future energies, you've got the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man. You're taking time out to love and nurture yourself, taking a rest, giving it a break. Four of Swords energy, and changing your mind as a result of that. You might need some space from this person. You might need some time to yourself from this person. A bit of a retreat, you know, time with your girlfriends, that kind of thing. And just that space might give you a different outlook with that Hanged Man energy. So, you know, when we take space from something and we can see it clearly, or we can't see it clearly when we're in it. That kind of an energy. You know how I said we've all had friends like that, and you see that they're not in a bad relationship, but you can tell it's not like rich and juicy and the one for them. You know, because you love them, they're your friend, and you know that they deserve more. And things aren't quite working out for that person. They're not having the great life that they deserve. And like I say, then they break up and then they get together with someone else, and it's really good. It's like you might see that about yourself if you take a break away with your friends. Your friends might tell you that too. They might not want to open up about that until you open up that conversation first. But they might give you some clarity when you do open up about it. Now this could be with your friends, family, just taking a break, time out. Could be like Hallmark movie stuff where you go off and just on retreat, living a different life in a different place, meeting new people kind of thing, could give you a different outlook. Okay. So this reading is all about the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling like you're compelled to be in this relationship. What else is this reading about? It's almost like this is a compulsory relationship kind of thing. It's like your burden to carry. It's not too bad, but it's not everything that you want. What else is this reading about? It's about the Seven of Swords, and it's about the Five of Wands. Okay, now this is guilt. This is the kind of feeling like, well, if I'm to be strategic for myself and my own life, I'm being deceptive. Seven of Swords. If I want something for myself, I have to take away from someone else. You might feel compelled to be with the person that you're with, like you owe them something. But if you're to be strategic to get what it is that we want from your life, then you'd have to end this, and that might you feel guilty, like you've done something wrong. There's a feeling here like you have, and perhaps you have, committed to giving to this person, to helping them out or being there for them. You could be married to this person. But in order to do what's right for you and be strategic, you have to let this person down, which is living with a whole load of guilt, like you've lied to them. Very well could be talking about someone that you're married to here and that you're not completely happy with, but you're not given good enough reason. Like, they're not that bad. It's like they're not abusive, they're not this, they're not that. It's enough that it's not rich and juicy for you, a rich and juicy relationship, and that the flow isn't there. I'm definitely getting that you guys aren't experiencing flow and true abundance and the joys of life with this person, so it's restrictive in some kind of a way. And it's hard to get out of relationships like that because everyone around that, friends and family, they want justification for it. They want you to come up with like a good reason why you would end this. Feels to me like you'd need a strategy in place, like you need to give yourself a good reason so that that guilt doesn't kind of hold you back. What are your fears around this? This is a dilemma, isn't it? Of someone that you're with that is not that bad, but it's not that great either. It's not that it's not that good. It'll be pretty good, but it's not like everything. Your fears, the sun, fearing happiness. It's like, it's fearing making that break for happiness. It's fearing saying, look,
I'm not sure I understand.
I want to leave this relationship because I want to be really happy. You know, I was in a 6-year relationship and it was really good and very, very good relationship, but I kind of outgrew it. I was ready for much more and I was trying to take him with me. So I had these plans and he seemed to have those plans too. We both wanted the same things. And then when it came down to it, I was ready for those things and he wasn't. He was still getting himself ready. And I talked to him about it and said, look, we seem to be on different pages here. I'm ready for these new things now. And he said, yeah, I've noticed. And I felt like I've been holding you back for ages because I'm not ready for those things. And it was really hard to break that off, but we had to. We both realized that. And the Sun card is like my happiness kind of thing. My happiness was important. And even though, yeah, I could have put those dreams on hold or whatever for him to catch up or made that not important, it was important. My happiness is important. If I don't have those goals and that drive to grow and do better and have better experiences and be better, then I'm not fully being myself and I'm not advocating for myself. I'm not making my next move. I'm choosing stagnation. And so your fear here is the happiness. It's like almost admitting to yourself that your happiness is important and that your next move is important, that your growth is important. More important than giving to this other person in the relationship. The 7 of Cups. So you might feel like they're going to be lost without you. That is this trap kind of thing. It's like, how can I pull my energy back? They need me kind of thing. Well, nobody needs you. And in fact, if you think that someone needs you, you're probably halting their progress too. 7 of Cups, you're afraid of choosing this. You're afraid of choosing this. What if you choose wrong? What are your hopes? Hopes. The 9 of Cups, for your wishes to be fulfilled. So you've got heart's wishes and you want those to be fulfilled and it's not truly being fulfilled. Like I said, if this is like you're married and you're not managing to have children with this person or whatever, it's not happening. The bigger stuff, your goals and stuff like that, it's not happening within this relationship. It's a sure sign to move on then. What else are your hopes? You're hoping for plans, future plans, and to be strong and to have courage. So planning ahead for yourself and then have the strength and courage to pursue that for yourself. Very independent kind of an energy, this, the 9 of Cups, but independence for your heart rather than independence in financial stuff and things like that. It's like planning to have a richer experience for yourself, moving on for your heart to be happy. So let's get your outcome cards. If this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be your story, you might want to get the deeper dive for this. I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive cards because I'm going to get a progression out. It's going to be like 6 or so cards with a progression. I'll be getting timing cards out as well for this progression of how you're going to move forward. Ooh. And I'll be getting message cards out from your person as well, and perhaps any new person that you've got coming in too. Find out what they've got to say for themselves. I will be getting cards out from these decks back here as well. Oh! Okay, you've got some very interesting cards coming out here. I'll be getting cards out from these for further clarity and guidance from you. You do have someone new coming in here, so I'll find out about their energies and find out when they're coming in too. And all about them. I'll be getting cards out about them too. Okay, you've got a lot of cards there. You've got 7 cards in your outcome cards. Quite the journey there. You've got certainly a lot of passion and spice coming towards you. That's for sure. A shake-up, for sure. If you want to find out what these are and want all the rest of it too, want to join me in that extended reading, then you can. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell and let me know in the comments how this resonates with you. I do love hearing from you guys, and that really helps my channel out too. So thank you so much for doing that. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive for even more on this, for further clarity, then I'll see you in there very shortly.